Breaking news, revolution has come to Portland, Oregon. The city is trying to secede from the nation. And who can blame them? Rightfully so. Everyone's had enough of this new Gestapo states of America, this new police state. Little do the protesters know they're being gassed with chemical weapons. Check out this baton on the left. Highly irregular. What is that smoke, ladies and gentlemen? And of course, buyer beware of the death towers out there irradiating you while you sleep, while you walk the streets. No escaping the eugenics program, no escaping the kill grid, no escaping this prison planet or their virus.
That was fooling around with these viruses. Prohibited. Despite that, Dr. Fauci gave $3.7 million to the Wuhan laboratory. We paid for it. We paid for the damn virus that's killing us.
We paid for this pandemic, ladies and gentlemen. Video guys on vacation, to say the least. But we paid for this pandemic. We're paying for this eugenics program. We're paying for this tyranny. And right now, the activists are taking down these public buildings that are responsible for the enslavement, the courthouses, the city halls, the state capitals. Those are the buildings that are passing these emergency laws. Those are the buildings that are taking your rights away. Those are the buildings that are dictating this dictatorship. And the goon squads are out there body snatching unsuspecting civilians, hauling them off to who knows where in unmarked vans and the like. Lots of scenes, lots of footage from Portland. 50 plus days of protests. Big shout out to all the crews out there. Ladies and gentlemen, this cannot continue. This beast system cannot continue. The enslavement of humanity cannot continue. This new world order cannot continue. It must be toppled. The ship must be scuttled. It's going down anyways, ladies and gentlemen, because it's like a Jonestown cult in charge trying to have everybody drink the Kool-Aid. And so we're watching the activities in Portland right now. And it's like the zombie apocalypse, if you will. And they're everywhere, surging from the darkness, taking their cities back, if you will. And while nobody is going to embrace the communism, it's certainly better than this beast system. It's certainly better than what they've got planned for you next, ladies and gentlemen, which is full extermination. Not to mention the other eugenics programs. What about the geoengineering? What about the fluoride, the pesticides, the GMOs, the vaccines, the death towers? Ladies and gentlemen, what about this Elon Musk death grid? These Death Stars that are out there surrounding the planet. It's literally a prison planet. And this dude wants to jack you into the Matrix. He's gone from saving you from Skynet to jacking you into the Matrix. Did they replace Elon Musk with a robot? Are these, CEOs of these tech companies robots like the movie Terminator Genesis out there? And what's up with these death towers? They're weapons. They're weaponized. They're out there irradiating you, ladies and gentlemen, like bugs. And people need to start acting accordingly. These death towers must be taken down. People responsible for these death towers and these other eugenics programs must be rounded up. The people responsible for this bioweapon delivery, this pandemic, this COVID, these people that are responsible for this outbreak must be held accountable, ladies and gentlemen. These serial killers must be taken down. And these death towers must be taken down. No choice about it. It's a matter of survival. You need to act accordingly out there, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a drill. This is not a joke. This is the real thing. There is no denying the fact that they have permanently contaminated our planet with this forever virus, that they're, irradiating everyone like, bugs. It looks like a hostile takeover from another planet. And until we determine the actual source of all of this technology, we'll have to keep going after the puppets, ladies and gentlemen. We mean business, no joking around. And every activists out there needs to know what they're getting irradiated with. We recommend getting a meter, shop around. We found the EMF 390 to be affordable and effective, and you can find all the information on that on our website, stfnreport.com, or our Facebook page, STFN Reloaded. Here's a sneak peek from the GQ Labs testing out the EMF 390 and the tri-field meter, a close competitor, slightly more expensive, less modes, less functionality, and the like, but nonetheless, there you go. The test is complete, ladies and gentlemen. And getting back to the big news right now, civil war is erupting out there in Portland, Oregon. The whole West Coast is going to go, and the country needs to be broken up at this stage. It's too big, ladies and gentlemen. It's too powerful, if you will. It's a threat to the human species. It's a threat to life on this planet, to be quite honest with you. We've seen what these people are capable of. Eugenics programs, genocides, endless wars. It's only going to get worse from here. They cannot be allowed to continue. This little ruling elite cannot be allowed to jack the entire country all at once and all of our resources and all of that. So, these people must be taken out. This country must be broken up into regions, hopefully not FEMA regions, but perhaps regions that reflect the people that we've become. But let us be free instead of enslaved. Let us be happy instead of terrorized by this network of Luciferian child molesters that's trying to kill off the planet. And look, it sounds fantastic. It sounds too good to be true. But the more you do your research, the more you realize that we are indeed run by a Luciferian cult of child molesters that's trying to kill off humanity and life as we know it off of this planet. It's like Mission Impossible out there, ladies and gentlemen. We're all Tom Cruise. We're all racing to save the world, and we might not be able to save the world from the COVID right now, but we can save the world from these death towers. We can save the world from these Capitol buildings that are going to continue to terrorize us with their deep state tactics, if you will. And, we can fight back while we still have the numbers, while we still have a chance before it's too late, before the next phase of their program rolls out. Dark winter, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody should be preparing for dark winter. We've been talking about this virus since the outbreak began, and at this stage there isn't anything more that can be done, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody's been infected by this doomsday virus, a hybrid of HIV, rabies, and mononucleosis. Ladies and gentlemen, a very sick and twisted virus indeed. And we're all counting down. We don't know how long humanity has left, but let's not go out without a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever these people are, let them feel the terror that they've terrorized us with. They like parking death towers on your front lawn. They liked infecting your children with their virus. They liked injecting them with their vaccines and making them retarded, autistic, and the like. Ladies and gentlemen, payback should be a bitch here, and, let everyone be in it to win it. Act accordingly. They're trying to kill you. And these people on television, they're lying to you. And these socialist media platforms are just part of the control grid. They're, manicuring, manipulating the information that you see, trying to brainwash you. They're disingenuous. They're enemies of the people, ladies and gentlemen. And, right now it's we the people against this system that's trying to exterminate us. Forget about black, white, conservative, libtard, and the like. For the time being, we've got bigger fish to fry. And I think we all need to just focus on who the enemy is. We need a general uprising and not some kind of divided misadventure. Everybody should be, elbow to elbow, shoulder to shoulder in this fight against this darkness, against this wickedness. Be on the lookout for these 60 gigahertz burst transmitters that fry the oxygen in the air, make it, virtually unbreathable. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how they're going to choke people out. This is their secret weapon, this death tower grid this weaponized grid of death towers. All they got to do is flip a switch and start killing off sectors. Don't be a mark, get smart, get a meter out there before it's too late. Reduce your exposure. And right now we're selling the EMF 390 on our website for $129. Might actually be $119 with the Amazon Prime sale. So they sell on Amazon normally for $150, but right now I think everything's on sale. So grab one if you can before it's too late. Check out the reviews on Amazon and then check out our website. You'll see that we're less expensive, more reliable, and not part of this beast system. All the info you need is right there. You'll order directly from the manufacturer, GQ Electronics, 1-year warranty, ships from Seattle, home of the revolution, and ships worldwide, ladies and gentlemen. So check that out. But if you're just joining us, everybody's getting dosed with these death towers, with this eugenics program. Every day that goes by is a precious day that is lost, where we could be striking the dagger of revenge into the heart of madness, into the heart of Mordor, into the heart of this wickedness that's trying to kill off humanity. Nothing wrong with a little justice in the wake of what's going on right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's like they've walked into your house and sprayed you with a bioweapon and then brought in some Fukushima to boot, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's going on out there. It's rape, it's pillage, and we're all slaves on this plantation. No choice but to strike back, to fight back against this new world order, against these Luciferian child molesters. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to start looking like the movie V for Vendetta. Remember those early days of the anonymous movement? We weren't Antifa and patriots back then. We were just Americans fighting this sick system that's trying to kill us. Let us not forget the objective here, ladies and gentlemen. It's not about politics. It's about good versus evil. And this system, this child molesting new world order system, is pure evil. There is no mistaking the signs. There is no misinterpreting what's going on out there. They've poisoned the food, the air, the water. They've infected everyone with their virus. There is no misunderstanding here, ladies and gentlemen. This is fucking war. And everybody is called to arms. Everybody has a right to participate in this revolution. When government stands between you and the pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness, that government must go. This system must go. And this country is broken beyond repair. It needs to be broken up for the security of our citizens, as well as for the security of life on Earth. Because before long, they're going to unleash something worse than this virus. This virus was a wake-up call. There's no telling what's growing in a lab right now, what kind of projects they've got going on right now, ladies and gentlemen. Video guys on vacation. But something worse, much worse, is bound to appear, much worse than this virus. And it could be nanites, it could be nanobots, it could be a Skynet, it could be the Matrix before we know it. And we'll be sitting here just like we are today, trying to cope with the new world, with the reality of what's just happened to us. Just like this COVID. This COVID should be a wake-up call. This new world order cannot be allowed to survive, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the purge. It's time for the Hunger Games. It's time for them to realize that their billions don't mean shit if they can't spend it anywhere. It's time for them to realize that we're not slaves, ladies and gentlemen, and we can see them. We can see what they're doing. And we don't agree. We do not consent to the radiation. We do not consent to the eugenics programs. How dare they? How dare they even deploy such programs without our knowledge? Should we vote for a lottery? Ladies and gentlemen, we like leaving people behind. We like watching people suffer on the streets. Should we just have a lottery and just, kill them off like Soylent Green? Let it come to the people. Let it come to a vote if we want a eugenics program. But right now, this was not voted in. Just like these GMOs and these death towers, we did not consent. We did not consent to be run by a bunch of Luciferian pedophiles. We did not consent to, the rape of our children and to the rape of our minds. We have not consented to this deep state. We have not consented to this new world order. We have not invited them in, and now they must go. They're trespassers on our land, and we will show them what's going on. They want to fight, they're going to get one, ladies and gentlemen. They want a war, they're going to get one. And it's starting right now in Seattle, in Portland, in the big cities, and it's only going to spiral out of control. And there needs to be an end game, there needs to be an objective, and this country should be broken up into 5 different regions. Let Hawaii and Alaska fend for themselves, bitches. But this country is too big for its own good. It's become a threat to us all. They've infected us with their virus, and they're trying to blackmail us with it. Ladies and gentlemen, problem, reaction, solution. And so there's nothing else to say about the situation, really. They must go. They must go before it's too late, before everybody's a crackhead, before everybody's, infected beyond repair. What is the video guy doing out there, ladies and gentlemen? But beware of these death towers. The new and improved death towers are scary as hell. Look at that. It looks slick. It looks cool. But this thing is a killing machine. This thing might very well be the first generation Terminator. All the people this thing kills. And every time I see a person put a phone to their head, I'm thinking there's another victim. Ladies and gentlemen, they don't even know it. They think it's safe. The rat never asks why the cheese is free until it's too late. These death towers are not Christmas decorations. These death towers are not an improvement. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the backbone of the Skynet, of the RoboCops of tomorrow, of the tyranny of tomorrow. You just let these things stand there and irradiate you and connect to the RoboCops, and you're just lemmings jumping off the cliff. You know what I mean? And so much respect to the people out there in Portland and Seattle that are fighting back against this New World Order system. We may not agree with the communists 100% of the time, ladies and gentlemen, but they've been bold enough to act and have shown the rest of the country the way. So pay attention to what's happening in Portland. Pay attention to what's happening in the West Coast and in these big cities, and prepare to join the ranks of the army against this evil, against this darkness that has basically taken over our country. It's an occupation. We're in occupied territory, and this Luciferian New World Order is trying to kill us all. They've turned our cities into a giant concentration camp, and instead of using gas, they're using radiation. What's the difference? They've got you trapped. You can't leave. You can't go anywhere. Where would you go? You don't even want to go, ladies and gentlemen. But while you're taking down these cameras and these courthouses and the like, don't forget about these fucking death towers, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget about Bill Gates and Fauci and their virus, and these people on TV that have told you, oh, you don't need a mask, everything's fine. Look at you now, bitches. You've been betrayed by traitors, by evildoers, by serial killers. Make them pay, ladies and gentlemen. Make them fucking pay for everything since 9/11. Until the next time, if you're listening to this, you are the resistance.